Hello, we are from the group Ayam Gepuk biggest fan. My name is Tando Kusuma Vincencio Reinhardt, student ID ACC 2409120.
My name is Hando Nicholas Kevin, student ID 2409111.
My name is Walia Chileshe, student ID ACC 2409105.
My name is Janvik Nustan. My student ID is ACC 024091114.
My name is Gunawan Raymond. My student ID is ACC 2409110. Order in the court. Today we hear the case of the people versus the fandom culture. The prosecution will argue that this worldwide trend is promoting delusion and unethical behavior. The defense will argue that it is a vital safe space essential for building community and identity. We will hear from the witnesses and experts to get to the bottom of what fandom is really all about. Let the opening statements begin.
Your Honor, we are here today because while fandom looks like harmless fun, it often turns into obsessions. It follows people away from their real lives and blurs line between fantasy and reality. It creates unhealthy, one-sided bonds with celebrities or even functional characters, and these obsessions becomes toxic. We see it in online wars with harassment and in the vicious attack on creators. When a story doesn't go to the way fans want it, we will prove that fandom has become a place where people forget their simple duty to be decent to each other.
Your Honor, the prosecution only sees the bad side of fandom. But we're here to talk about what fandom is really like for millions of people out there. For them, it's like a lifeline against feeling alone. It's where they find a community that shares their passion and really gets them. This is the place where good things like loyalty, creativity are practiced daily through fan art, stories, and group projects. It's a safe space where people can explore who they really are and find their identity. We'll show that fandom isn't a waste, but an important part of a fulfilling life.
I would like to call the Reina to stand. Can you tell us about a time you felt pressured by your fandom? Have you seen the shipping wars or people trying to cancel someone?
Yeah, it's complicated. When you first join, it feels great. But then you learn about the rules. You have to like the right characters, the right ships, and if you don't, you get attacked. I've seen communities turn so toxic over the most unusual things, with people saying awful, anonymous stuff they'd never say in real life. And when creators do something that people don't like, the anger is overwhelming. It's the fans. They forget that they're real people. Sometimes the fandom around it makes you dislike the thing that you fell in love with in the first place.
And wouldn't you agree this pressure to conform proves that all fandoms are inherently toxic environments?
Objection! Calls for speculation and leading the witness.
Objection sustained. Prosecutor, rephrase. The witness can only testify to their own experience.
I apologize. Let me rephrase. How did pressure personally make you feel?
It makes you lose the love you had for this work. It just makes you want to walk away.
Now, I will call expert. Dr. Chilachi. Kelechi, can you explain Kant's categorical imperative in simple terms? It seems that anonyms is morally wrong under that principle.
Certainly, the ethics of duty or deontology isn't concerned with feelings. It states that some actions are right or wrong based on a universal moral rule. The main principle is only to act in a way you want everyone else to act and treat people as people, not as tools for your own goals. When you apply this to fandom, the issue is clear. Harassing a creator isn't passionate, it's a violation of duty. You're using another person as means to an end to vent your own frustration. So this action itself fails the moral test. From a duty-based perspective, your emotional investment doesn't matter. There is a universal duty not to cause harm. When a fan engages in this kind of toxic behavior, they are acting unethically.
Let's bring Rena back. Can you tell us about the moment you first found your community online? What did that feel like?
Oh, it was everything. Before this, I felt pretty alone in what I was passionate about. Then I went online and found thousands of people who got it. I wasn't the weird one anymore. I had a place where I belonged. That sense of community made me want to create things. I started writing stories and drawing, sharing them with people who were so encouraging. This book is the official art, but the art and stories we make for each other, that's the real magic. It's more than a hobby, it's where I found my best friends and learned to be myself.
I'd like to call Dr. Chilesi back to the stand. Dr. Chilesi, your testimony on virtue ethics was illuminating. So, wouldn't you say that these communities where people practice creativity and friendship are the modern equivalent of Aristotle's virtuous society? A clear social good?
Objection. Argumentative. Defense is testifying.
It's on the line, but she is an expert witness. I will allow her to answer the comparison. Overruled. Dr. Chilesi, you may answer.
Yes, and that's where virtue ethics provides a different lens. This philosophy focuses on character and what it means to live a good life, what Aristotle called eudaimonia, or a state of human flourishing. So this is achieved by practicing virtues. From this perspective, a fandom can be a modern arena for practicing those virtues. Fans practice loyalty to a community, creativity through fan works, and most importantly, friendship. They form strong social bonds based on shared passions, which is a core component of a flourishing life. By analyzing stories and creating art together, fans aren't just being distracted, they're building their identities and finding a genuine sense of belonging. In many ways, they are learning how to live well.
The defense trusts Your Honor.
Prosecution, do you have any other inquiries?
No, Your Honor.
Court is adjourned. The formal arguments are now concluded. This court will now resolve into a jury to deliberate on the evidence. I shall preside over the deliberation.
Let us begin. The central question is this: is fandom culture inherently a source of harm or a source of good? Jilasha, you may begin.
Okay, so the harm is undeniable. What we saw was a clear failure of moral duty. Harassment and the toxicity that we saw was simply inexcusable.
But the good is just as real. The community, the creativity, the personal growth, these are essential virtues that lead to flourishing life, real life. So we can't ignore that.
Well, as someone who has experienced multiple fandoms, I think it can be both. It can be both hurtful, yet it also gives me a place to belong and skills I can be proud of. So you can have one without the risk of the other.
I think this suggests that the framework of the fandom itself is neutral. It is merely a tool. For example, a hammer. It can be used to build a house or break a window. I think the morality itself isn't in the hammer.
Okay, so we are all in agreement that the responsibility doesn't lie with the tool, but with the person who wields it.
A consensus has been reached. This court finds that fandom culture is neither a villain nor a hero. It is a powerful and complex tool. Its moral worth is determined entirely by its user. We have seen its potential for great harm when moral duty is forgotten, and its potential for immense good in the practice of the community and creativity. Therefore, this court does not pass any judgment on fandom culture itself. It places the responsibility on the individual to engage with it ethically and with virtue. Case closed.